There it is. Okay, awesome. We are super excited. So this is the completion of the first month of our program, which is really awesome. That means we're 1/3 of the way through. And we did time this program perfectly to where it leads us straight into the fall season. Keeps us busy, gives us some goals, some things to work through for the summer. So today we wanted to talk to you guys about the importance of front loading. And I hope you all know what that is. I hope that you guys do. Front loading is so critical in this business. It is so important. And what it is, I'm not talking about laundry. I'm not talking about washer whips. I'm talking about loading the month ahead in the month previously. So how I've always worked my business is I work my business in two parts, my month. The first part of my month is the first 15 days. And that's when I, set my PRV goals. I'm really working towards that month still. And obviously I work towards that month the entire month, but once the 15th starts, I start also thinking about booking parties, booking fundraisers, booking events, whatever it is in the following month. Because especially when we're talking home parties, which obviously we've emphasized a lot. We really want to get you guys back, in the streets. We want to get you back on your feet doing stuff with people. So when you're planning a home party or something that's in person, you really can't drop like, hey, I'm going to come over Wednesday on a Tuesday. It's one of those things that you do need a little bit more preparation. So I've always worked my business because I love home parties. With those last 2 weeks of the month, the 15th through the 30th or the 15th through the 31st, really working on front loading for the following month. And why I do that is because it keeps my business going. If I start the first of the month and I'm completely empty, then the odds are my month isn't going to be as big as it could be if I'm walking into the month with 3 or 4 parties booked. I love to book parties once a week minimum, have something on my planner for once a week. One of the great ways doing that we can do that is by utilizing the warmer of the month and the scent of the month. Those are my favorite ways. Have been since the beginning. For 7.5 years now have been my favorite ways to book parties and front load my month, is utilizing that warmer of the month, which is so important in my opinion, which is why it's so important in my opinion to get the warmer of the month and the scent of the month. It is the best business expense that you can have. Again, you're making commission off of it. You're making your 25 or 30% off of that purchase, but it's something that can really set your next month up. So what I love to do is I love to start sharing it. And I know you're going to see some people on the pages saying, some people share too early, blah, 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 blah. But I love to start sharing mine as soon as I get it because I like to front load. I want people to fall in love with that warmer as soon as I get it. So I start taking real life pictures. I start doing unboxing live, going live on Instagram, posting on my stories, all of those things to where I have people that want that warmer before they can get it. I don't do that, to sell my warmer or anything like that. My goal is to get them to host a party. Okay. So I'm having them host a party so they can get their warmer of the month for free. So that is one of the best tools that Scentsy gives us is those fragrances and is that warmer of the month. And they just set your month up. It is just critical for your month. Think about it. If you're walking in with 4 parties, not only is that, setting your month up to have, good success, but that's momentum. And a lot of this business, Jen talked to us about the first, and I'm losing my voice. I'm sorry, guys. But a lot of this business is momentum. If you're going in with that momentum of having a few parties booked, then your month is bound to be more successful. Teresa, I didn't know if you want to add anything. I'm trying to watch the clock.
Yes, I do want to add something. So I think I was listening to a training from Jen Audette a little while ago, maybe a couple months ago, and she was sharing, how you can kind of structure your month. Every single month, we all start at 0, right? But we kind of have a heads up for the most part about what to expect the following month because we have the consultant early access. So we knew a long time ago that we were going to have Bring Back My Bars in June, right? We also knew about the summer collection and a few other things. We knew about the warmer of the month that Rachel just talked about and the scent of the month. And so really, all of us are here because we're saying that we want to build it better. We want to build it better than before. So in order to do that, we have to be willing to do things differently, right, than before. So that way we can have different results. And so one of the things I heard Jen Audette say is that on the first of the month, all of us, it doesn't matter what your title is, our goal really should be to get active. Okay. And so that's front loading your month on the very first of the month. So there's never a question of, are you active? Will you be active? Or anything like that for the month. That should not even be up, in the air for discussion. So on the first of the month, so I operate, and I always have, even outside of Sensi, off of challenges. And so again, the first of the month, 200 PRV. And that might not be on through a party per se. It could be the start of a party, but we know about the LTOs and all that other stuff. So I like to have 200 PRV and whatever's coming out that month, or other orders that customer wants, or even the warmer of the month, like Rachel said. By the middle of the month, I really want to hit my title goal. So if you're a director or you're a superstar consultant, whatever your title is, at the middle mark of the month, you really want to achieve your goal. And you might be saying, well, how is that possible? Because it takes the month to do that. It takes the month to do it with what you have right now. And that's why we're building. We're building through, these parties that we're going to be talking about. We're building through sponsoring, because obviously the more that you have on your team, the easier that it'll be to achieve, these goals. And then everything after the 15th of the month is like whipped cream, cherry, everything on top. And then when you get to the end of the month, you're not like on today where you're like, oh my gosh, I've got to, hit my goal. And then I still got to worry about the first. No, you're like chilling, you are, exhaling and relaxing. You're not in the rat race. So, what time do we have? So anyway, we just want to encourage you, if you have an agenda, or even the Sensi agenda from the consultant store, you do something differently. And I feel like, gosh, there's like a video on social media that went viral. And I think it was like a military member talking about making your bed and how it makes you feel mentally, and I was one. I don't know about you guys, and you can put it in the chat here. Are you someone who makes your bed, drop a number 1 when you get up, or are you a number 2? And don't be ashamed if you're a number 2, if you're just like, no. Because I used to be the type like, why am I going to make the bed if I'm just going to mess it back up? That's like a waste of time. So we want to know, are you a number 1 or are you a number 2? And there's no wrong answer here. It's just about your personal preference. All right. I think it's coming through here. Are you able to see the chat? Pop out.
Yep.
Oh.
You see it?
Oh, it's back. Okay. So I'm seeing a little combination here. Teresa Brown's a 2, 1 as long as the dogs. So some 2s and oh, with Sensi Fresh. Woo, yes. And then you can put that in your stories too. So there's a little bit of a combination here. So recently I started making my bed, like being intentional, getting out the bed, making it up, to start the day. And I can tell you that as I go in and out my bedroom for, whatever reason, it makes me feel good, like mentally. And so it just, I don't know, it feels like I have my life in order when I really don't. But I feel the same way about the workstation. When I can log in and I see my bed made up and I'm not looking at 0 PRV on day 1, day 2, day 3, whether I'm hoarding orders to kind of make it 500, whatever I'm doing, it feels so rewarding to be able to open up that workstation, look at my dashboard and see that my bed is made up. So if that's something that you haven't done in the past, consider doing that. And, because it really will change the trajectory of the month. I believe I don't know. I feel like it gives you a boost. There's just something mental there. And it's possible. Okay. And then of course, in this challenge that we have going on this summer is we want everyone to shoot for 1,000 PRV, but then we're looking at like Patricia and others that are like, I'm well over 2,000. So anyway, we just want you to get into a different mindset. Like I have someone today who they're not on here. So, but was on the will cancel list. It stressed me out. And they were like, I've got orders, I've got 300. And he or she did, and put it in today, at the end of the day in the United Kingdom. And I was just like, oh my gosh, but the thing is like, life could have been a little bit less stressful. I just we want to teach you all, just to kind of have a little bit of structure. If you're in this for the career opportunity, then you don't want to fly in the dark. You don't want to, necessarily wing it. You want to have a plan. And I think going into the month on the first active is an awesome plan.
And it just gives you an idea of where your PRV is coming from, opposed to going into the month and just hoping for the best. Like, oh, well, I hope this person orders. I hope this happens. Having a plan and knowing where your PRV comes from, just like Teresa said, when you're planning a business, it just helps you figure out, what your plan is for the rest of the month. So knowing where your PRV comes from.
Absolutely.
Looks
All right.
like I was going through the attendance list and there's somebody else on here.
There is someone else on here? Okay, so
Yeah.
I think that our guest speaker is on and he can reveal himself. Oh, look at all the smiles.
How's it
Hi,
going?
Jason.
Happy end of month. We made it to the end of May. How exciting. Oh, geez, spotlighted video. How's everybody doing? Hi. Hope you're doing great. I am so excited to be with you. It's almost June. Talk about like skinny your teeth. I was literally, Teresa was mentioning someone in the UK. I was just messaging before I got on with a superstar director in the UK who's like, was pushing for an end of the month promotion. It's like 1 o'clock there and she's still up, like pushing last couple orders, and a member of her downline who's really working hard to get to director. And I'm like, oh my gosh, you're working till 1, 2 a.m. in the morning. And you don't have to do it that way. There were 30 other days this month. So you don't have to do it this way. Okay, well then, let's see. Am I good to go?
You are good to go. And we just want to say thank you so much because, you've worked all day at home office, you've slaved, no, I'm just kidding. You've worked all day, but I also know, that you had family obligations and everything else. So the fact that you're taking some time to pour into us means the world. At the end of the month.
My wife's a preschool teacher and tonight is graduation. So I get to go. It's important for us to come and kind of, be there to support. And so we go and watch her do her little preschool graduation thing. It's only about 30 minutes long, so that's nice. I had 2 seniors graduate from high school this year. Their graduation was just about 2 hours long, so that was not quite as fun. Rhonda, can't wait to see you at SFR. Hopefully, many of you are coming to SFR. And has Dan's end of the month happened already? Okay, so do we know about the join promo?
We do know, most of us do. Some of them may have missed it, so you're welcome to share. We have a join, we have a host.
June. For anyone who joins in June, they're going to get a free virtual ticket to Charlotte, and walk-in registrations will be available at Charlotte. So, And do we have a booking? Do we have a booking promo too? Dan didn't say what it was on the call I was on earlier today.
I was on that call too, and I was getting a little nervous. I'm like, what's going on? Yeah. But he did say what it was tonight.
Oh, good.
Yeah, he did. He told us what it is tonight for all the regions. If anyone watched the end of month live with Dan and Lacey, go ahead and put it in the comments, at least for region 1, what the host exclusive special is going to be starting tomorrow. So do not open your party tonight. You want to open it tomorrow with tomorrow's date, and close it in the month of June. Did anyone watch it?
Camping chairs. Warmers at half off for parties. International warmer. Okay, good. All right, exclusive warmer for half price.
Yes.
$350.
Okay. Yeah, so these warmers are not available in our catalog. They were maybe from 3 years ago. They're beautiful warmers. They're exclusive. So any customer that hosts a party or a consultant, and they hit but we really want customers hosting the parties.
Yes.
And they hit the second level tier, then they can use 2 half off rewards to choose which warmer they'd like to get.
Oh.
Pink topaz and the diamond. What was it? Bright like a diamond. Shine bright like a diamond.
Shine bright like a diamond.
How do you
I was
know that
thinking
song?
Diamond Dogs, but yeah. That diamond one looks like flaunt your feathers. Okay. All right. Okay. Well, then let's get started. Here we go. It's time to engage for June. I'm going to spend a little bit of time with you guys, teaching you a process and a pattern that has proven to be effective time and time again with as Teresa and Rachel was saying, kind of taking a little bit more, being more intentional and being in control. I'll just tell you a quick story real quick. My son, he plays basketball and he's on a little summer high school basketball team right now. And I asked him how practice was yesterday. I texted him, I said, how was practice? And he said, it was okay. And I said, what would make it spectacular? And I know my son. And so before he could even answer, I sent the next text, that's within your control. Because sometimes my son will say things like, if I got more playing time, or if, you know, I was a little bit taller, or the coach made us run too much, or, you know, whatever. And I'm like, you can't control any of those things. What we're going to do tonight takes consistency and opportunity in your business, and you kind of take a little bit of control. You take resourcefulness and initiative, as Stephen Covey talks about, and put yourself in control over what you can control. Yeah, Heather, I wish I know that's an old song. He doesn't even know that song, but that's what he always says. If I was taller, and then I say that in my mind, I wish I was a little bit taller. He's not. So what can you control? He said, hit my layups. I said, all right, then we got something to talk about. All right, I'm going to share my screen with you. We're going to talk about booking blitz. Now, here's how a booking blitz can totally change your business. Not just a one-time May 31st, oh, my June was a little bit better. Because if your June's a little bit better, that's like, I don't know, $200-300 in your pocket, which is spectacular. I love it. That makes a huge difference, especially in a month like June or July, when you're trying to go on maybe a family vacation, or I don't know, take your kids to your local water park or something. We got one of them here in Idaho. You can come visit us. You can hit Cincy, and then you can hit, ours is called Roaring Springs. It's a cute little water park here in Meridian, Idaho, just up the road from Cincy. But that makes a big difference. Now, that's if you do the booking blitz tonight. Now, you can also just completely change the entire dynamic of your business. You can go from a $200 or $300 change in your business to $2,000 to $3,000 a year, or for some people, I mean, you know, $10,000 to $20,000 a year change in your business for full understanding of the income opportunities possible at Cincy. Go see the income disclosure statement at Cincy.com. But two things have to happen for you to have that kind of change, and they're on the slide right here: consistency and follow-up. If you do a booking blitz one time, it's a one-time $200-ish change in your life. If you do a booking blitz every single month and then follow up with those customers, hosts, contacts, and potential recruits, now you have dramatically changed your business. And all you have to do is invest about 30 minutes a month. So if you decide, yep, I'm going to take the challenge here. I'm going to accept the challenge that Teresa and Rachel have given you. I would encourage you right now, because my wife said to me the other day, she asked me something. I said, I don't know. She said it was something about an appointment, whether I had an appointment or not. And I said, I don't know when it is. I said, it's in my calendar. If it's not in my calendar, it won't happen. And if it's in my calendar, I'll never forget it, because every single day I look at my calendar. So if you're that type of person, I would encourage you, pull out your phone right now, go to your calendar app and put in a recurring meeting with yourself, 30 minutes. I don't know, the 27th, 28th of every single month, make it recurring every single month, just 30 minutes, booking blitz, and boom, set yourself up a time every single month to do it. Because it's like few things if somebody came to me and said, what's one thing I could do every single month that would have the biggest impact on my Cincy business? this would be the thing I would say. For those who don't know, I've been with Scentsy for a long time. First started at Scentsy in 2008. And I've been blessed to get to know the most amazing people ever. It's always fascinating to me that, all of a sudden I get a text message and it's from Teresa, and like, she's in my phone. I know who she is and she has my number and she'll text me. And like, I'm just, oh my gosh, these amazing people know who I am. That's so fascinating. And for this little guy from Idaho. And so having met, interacted with, talked to every shining star, circle of excellence, superstar director there is, I've just been blessed to learn and say what things make a difference. This makes a difference. So you only need 3 things. First thing you need is a list. There is a list of 100 on the workstation. I think 100 names is overwhelming. If somebody told me to write down 100 names, I'd be like, nope, can't do it. I don't think I know 100 people. But get to 10 minimum, 15 or 20 is kind of the sweet spot. There's ways to do this. In fact, it's kind of fascinating, this new world that we live in. The other day, I've asked ChatGPT a lot of fun things. If you haven't messed around with ChatGPT, it's kind of fun. You can even try it for your business. I saw somebody who asked ChatGPT what like Scentsy posts they should make on their Instagram, and it gave them like very Scentsy specific things. I asked ChatGPT what a Scentsy consultant can do to meet more people. Just for fun. Here we go. Let's stop that share. We'll go into my ChatGPT here, and I'm going to ask ChatGPT, what type of people can I add to my list of 100 for my Scentsy business? All right, let's see what we come up with. AI. Family and friends, colleagues, and I'll just share it. Isn't this fun? If you haven't messed around with this, go check that. It's chat.openai.com. I don't know. Some people are freaked out about it. If you're not freaked out about it, then use it. Okay, so here you go. If you want to make your list, start with friends and family, colleagues and coworkers, neighbors, acquaintances. Think about people you've met through social events, clubs, hobbies, other social circles. Parents from your child's school, if you have kids, or whatever, dogs or cats or something. Local business owners. Do you know anybody who owns a business locally? Put them on your list. Online communities. Engage with, look through your Facebook. Beauty and wellness enthusiasts, it's going to recommend. Event planners, that's kind of fun if you know anybody like that. Gift shoppers, who do you know who has, Father's Day is coming up, so you got that. If you know anybody who has a dad, if you know anybody who has a June or July birthday, if you know anybody who, I don't know, what other holidays, loves the 4th of July, those type of things, I don't know. Okay. Office managers for whatever, yeah, maybe they can put it in their business. Oh, you could do a party at their business. You could do like a lunch. That's been popular. I've kind of forgot about that one. People used to do this one all the time. They'd say, hey, can I just come in at lunch to your office, bring in some testers and stuff, and they do just a little boom. And maybe they even say like, I'll bring some Jimmy John or something like that. And they'll bring a couple of sandwiches or something and provide a little bit of lunch. You don't have to do that. Fitness studios or spas. I don't know why. Aromatherapy and pleasant scents are valued in a fitness studio, according to ChatGPT. Real estate agents, that's a good one. And charitable organizations. There you go. Okay, so you just make your list. You just go through and you just think, who do I know that fits into each of those categories? That's 15. So if you put one person in each of those categories, boom, you got your 15 people. So that's the first thing you need is your list. Got it? Start making your list now. If you don't already have your list, when I need to make a list, I do 2 things. I look at my phone on my contacts, and then I go through my Facebook and just start scrolling through. And because every single day, I kind of have this thing where I try to reach out to one person every single day on Facebook or something like that. And I just kind of start scrolling through Facebook until I find somebody, and then I just message them and say, hey, how's it going? Hope you're doing great. It's amazing who you find if you just intentionally look through your Facebook account and think, who could I reach out to? Okay, number 2 is you need your calendar. You need to know what dates in June you're actually available to host a party, because somebody's going to say yes. You're going to say, hey, do you want to book a party? And they're going to say yes. And you're going to say, oh, dang. What do I say now? If they say yes, you say, great. If you want a home party, just know what dates you want a home party. I've got this date and this date. Which one of those work best for you? If you want to do Facebook parties, you say, I like to start my Facebook parties on a whatever day, Thursday. So do you want to do this date or this date? If you want to do a basket party, I'd love to drop off a basket by your place on this date. Let's get you started. If you're going to do a personal shopping link party where you're going to set them up with the party, don't forget, don't do it till tomorrow, but set them up with the party and then shoot them the link. Just say, hey, I'm going to set up your party tomorrow. I'll shoot you the link and then let's close it down by the 10th and kind of give them a deadline so that you're not holding that party out all month long. That one doesn't matter quite as much because most of those are going to come through as PWS orders and we'll auto ship those ones out. But basket parties, it matters a bit more because if you're holding orders for people, then they get cranky because if you hold their order for a week and then it takes us a couple of days to ship it to them, then they are like, where's my product? Anyway, but we're shipping so fast right now that, we're kicking butt. So have your dates. That's number 2. Pull out your phone right now, look at your phone and say, what have I got going on in June? What date? When somebody says yes. And at this point, you should start to get a good feel for what type of party do you want to have. A home party, basket party, Facebook party, a personal shopping link. I will say you still get the biggest bang for your buck on a home party because you just meet people. Online personal shopping links are great. You don't meet the people. All of a sudden you just get like, hey, so-and-so ordered from you. And you're like, oh yeah, I've never met you. If you meet someone in person, it makes a big difference. It makes a big difference to your future connection with them. Rhonda says, isn't a party at a business during their open hours out of compliance? I think if you're like inviting their customers and clients in, but if it's like, hey, we're just going to do lunch and, it's just a lunch meeting for, the employees. I think you can do it. Rachel, you were nodding or shaking your head or.
Well, so it depends on what you're doing. If you're just doing a party where you're just bringing like your catalogs and your testers and all that, and you're not selling on hand stuff, then it's fine. If you're going to like a store, for instance, like a grocery store or something, and you're doing something there, then obviously you have to be within compliance as far as, selling inventory. So that's the big thing. Don't go to a store and bring your inventory and sell it there as a party. But if you're doing like a lunchroom party at a doctor's office, it's fine.
Yeah. Okay. There you go. All right. You got your dates, got your people. We got that. Numbers 1, numbers 2. Good. We're good. Okay, here we go. Number 3 thing you need is you need to know what to say. So I'm going to give you some sample scripts and I'll copy these and put them into the chat so that you have them. Okay, so let's see. Number 1 sample script. This is kind of a fun one. Hey, so-and-so, I have a couple more spots open for a bag party this month. This is if you want to do a basket party. Just simple, easy. Hey, got a bag party available. I'm copying and putting this into the chat right now. If you want to use that one, you can just copy it and paste it. Rack up tons of rewards. You might mention, I don't know. You guys tell me. I don't want to overwhelm people with like, hey, do you want to take some samples to work? And by the way, if you get to 350 PRV, you can use your 2 half price to get this cool international thing. I'd probably wait until they say yes and do that more on the host coaching side, just so I'm not overwhelming somebody with something. But anyway, this one is kind of fun. I can give away $20 to $75 in free product credit this month with a custom shopping link. Are you interested? That's not a personal special. That's just the host rewards. So I don't know. You want to private message this one. I wouldn't probably go out and post that one on social media, but that's just, if they do a 200 PRV party, they get 10% in free. So that's $20 in free. So I can give away. This is if you want to do like a personal shopping link, set up the party, give them the link, have them text it, message it, Instagram it out to everybody they know. So that's kind of a fun one there. You can edit these. Oh, why is that one down there? This is what you send to some of your best friends right there. This is like somebody that you know pretty well that would do you a favor kind of. This is the, hey, I need a favor type ad ask. So you just got to be aware of kind of who you're asking that to. But let's see. Oh, there we go. Okay. Yep. I put that one in the chat too. I need your help. You're one of my top customers. That can be a fun one. Okay. One more. Oh my gosh, the new spring summer catalog is so flipping amazing. This is a fun one to do if you just look through the catalog and identify somebody who likes a particular product. And so sometimes you can do that. You just look through the catalog, see something, and who comes to mind, and then you message them and say, I saw this, I was thinking of you, I think you'd love it. And let's do a party and let's get you that for free or half price. So that's kind of fun. If you have something else that you really like to use, or that you kind of want to use, put it in the chat so other people can kind of copy and paste it. But there's 4 ideas of what you can do. Okay, now you've got your list, you've got your dates, you've got some things to say. The key is now to just spend, I said it would only take you about 30 minutes, and I've been talking for like 20. So let's take 15 minutes right now, and boom, just start messaging, and then put it into the chat. What happens? If you get a yes, put it in the chat. If you get a no, put it in the chat. And whether you get a yes or a no, let's share our results and how we're doing. So you've got your list, you've got your dates, you got a sample thing. If you have a different sample thing that you're going to text out to people, put it in the chat so we can help each other out. Oh my gosh, Heather has already got a yes. Look at that. Nice job, Heather. Boom. Winner. The nice thing with the booking blitz. Oh, here's one more fun thing. If somebody says no, you can say, hey, no worries. I'm also hosting a party this month. Are you okay if I send you a link to look at and see if there's anything that you want to get? And you can sometimes get your own party off of your booking blitz no's. So if somebody says no, you just downgrade them to a customer and say, oh, no worries. I know June's a busy month. I'm actually doing a party myself. I'll send you the link. Take a look and see if there's anything you want. And shoot off a couple of a shopping link, set up your own party. See if you can get to 500 PRV just off of people that said no. And then eventually they'll say yes, because then eventually they'll be like, wait a minute, that sure looked easy. And you can even tell them, hey, you remember last month I asked you to book a party and you said no, and I sent you my link. Do you know I made $200 off of that? Do you know how easy it would be for you to do the same thing? Yeah. Oh, it's late where you guys are, huh? Let's see. Oh, it's 9:30 Eastern. Is that too late to be messaging people? 8:30 Central? No, Rachel says no.
It's just a message. If it's too late, they'll read it tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah. And most of us message on Instagram and Facebook. So that's what I'm doing, is I'm messaging there, and I always do that.
Yep.
And then I have my late out friends who respond right away. And then I have some who respond in the morning, and either one's fine. The thing is, we want to plant the seeds tonight. We want to, Heather's saying you can also schedule text. What we're doing is, as we talked about in the beginning, is we're front loading our month. We're not waiting until we get into the month of June to build a structure, for our success, for that 1,000 PRV mark that we talked about, the 2,000 PRV mark. While you guys are also sending text messages and going through your VIP groups to see who are your top customers, you can also go on your workstation and look at your contacts there, see who hasn't, purchased in the past month, see who's been excited about the Bring Back My Bars. And since they're going to be making a purchase anyway, why don't they get it for your half off? We talked about bag parties this month. We also talked about fundraisers. That's considered a party as well. If you, do it online, or like an online fundraiser party, it still builds PRV. So if you know that there's individuals that you've been talking to about that, then go ahead and reach out to them. And the fortune's in the follow-up as well. So if someone hasn't gotten back with you and it's been a couple weeks or a month or whatever, go ahead and shoot them a message tonight. The key right now is to front load June. So that way you're not working behind the ball.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'll show you one more thing. As you mentioned your workstation, there's a sales report that you can come look at. This one right here. So I went into back office workstation, went to reporting and sales reports, reporting sales reports. And if you go here to reorder, this is going to show you month since last order, right? So this is 0 to 3 months. So this person last ordered 2 months and 30 days ago. Here's what they ordered. Here was their order date, order total, contact information for that customer. So you can go in and you can look at people who have last ordered a couple of months ago and even start scrolling through and see, gosh, is there anybody who ordered a fairly significant amount? Or you know, as I scroll through here, she's got some people that ordered, oh, one person 2 months and 25 days ago ordered 103 PRV. So that might be someone to reach out to and go like, hey, you're one of my absolute best customers. I'd love for you to get some free and half price stuff in June. Let's book a party. So that's one place you can go to easily get some good information on your past customers.
Yeah, I also have some customers who, you know, you ask them to join and now's not the time, but they host parties seasonally. So whoever hosted a slamming party for you last summer, you know, let them know that we're getting ready to get into the, well, we already are in it, but the spring, summer, you know, scents are here. And before they get too knee deep into, you know, all the things that summer brings, they can host their annual party, you know. So there's so many opportunities here, so much that we've talked about all month long that we can actually take action now. Because it's one thing to talk about it, it's one thing to train about it, it's one thing to be like, oh, that's such a great idea. But then it's a whole nother ball game is when you take everything that you're learning, that even Jason's teaching us tonight, and putting the action behind it. You know, we talked about making our bed. This is part of making your bed, you know. Getting out there and getting these messages, you know, to everyone. And like I said, congratulations to Heather. Is there anyone else in the chat that has received a response? Even if it's a no, we celebrate no's, or even not nows. And sometimes the party will kind of downgrade where they don't want to do a party, but they do want to place an order for Bring Back My Bars. But we're celebrating it all because we're making connections.
Yeah, possible fundraiser contact. That's nice.
Oh, good. Tammy said that she's messaging, but no response yet. Charlene Alexander, she got a yes.
Oh my
Who
gosh,
said
Charlotte
yes?
always does.
Aw. She has to share her ways on our group.
Nobody, Charlene, no, I'm convinced.
Who else we got? Nice job. Side note, about to hit that.
And no response is fine. You know, got you know, it'll start coming through. Oh, let's see. I don't know who iPhone is, but whoever iPhone is, 2 maybes. Love that.
That's
Love
good.
that.
And so Heather said that on a side note that she's about to hit the second incentive. And so that's something else. While we are all messaging everyone and sending, you know, messages out and Instagram, Facebook, whatever your platform is. Dan and Lacey also announced the final Find Your Focus. And it is to sell 100 scent bars next month. Y'all, we can do this. And also, what is it? 25, I think, scent pods. And so again, by having these parties booked, that's like a really good way to earn that incentive, because you're already doing what you're doing in your VIP group. We already know that we're going to have some strong LTOs. We already know that Bring Back My Bars are here. There's 20 of them, you know, so I think that this is going to be probably one of the easier of all three of the Find Your Focus challenge incentives that we've had so far. So yeah, booking those parties are really going to help you get there.
I'm all about pods. I just leaned back and turned on. There's my mini fan diffuser right there. And then I've got this one sitting right here.
Love it. Well, and that's what we talked about a couple weeks ago. You
pods.
guys with doing your parties and doing pod parties. sharing pods, that's a great way to hit that goal of 25 pods. So make sure you're doing that too. And home parties, I know we keep hammering in on home parties, but home parties is when they're smelling the fragrances. That is where you can go to one home party and sell dang near half of that in one home party, when they're smelling the scents and you're getting them under their noses.
Yeah. And if you've never done a home party, can you drop a number 1 in the chat? I'm just curious. And again, do not be ashamed, because we have been shut down like the past couple of years. No one was getting out. And so we have a lot of new people who have joined, and they've never experienced a home party. They experienced everything online. Jennifer Montoya's never had one. Charlene's not had a home party, but it sounds like she's had other parties. Who else? Katie, Aubrey, LaCondra, Misty. And so that's a challenge, and if the thing is, if you don't feel like you have the confidence to go out there yet to book a home party, then you be the home party host. Invite, I remember Rachel used to do this all the time. And sometimes she would invite a whole bunch of friends over to do crafts, and so they would come over because people just needed an outlet. They needed to get away from their spouse just for, a little bit, because they were cooped up. Their kids, chores, laundry, and just to have a reason to get out. And so she, would have her scent testers and the catalogs and stuff, and everyone would get together and they'd be so excited, like, oh my gosh, smell sun-kissed citrus, smell this. And she would book party after party. So it can start with you. You could have your own home party. It could be at your home, whatever location. And then from there, you can use that perpetual reward. Who's the next host? Who's gonna open up their home next?
All you've got to do is get them in the door. If you can get them in the door, then I can almost guarantee you'll get another party booked. There are very few home parties that I've done where I've not left with another home party booked. And another really great way to do that with summer right now is to do a mimosa party. So I've done those before where I do a mimosa party where people come over in the morning. I have mimosas. I invite a bunch of moms over. We smell scents. We eat snacks. We eat breakfast. And it's a great way to get people in your house. Be your own host. Do that to start it off. And then once you get them in the door, then that's when you throw, mimosa. And then you throw out, the red carpet for anybody that books a party from your party. So
yeah, I love that. And then you can come up with a theme like, we survived another school year. School is ending, like tomorrow's the last day for my kids. And so you can have a celebration, where everyone can kind of come over, the moms, whoever, and just kind of celebrate. And it's
in my mimosa parties, the one that I did this last school year, I do it on the first day of school. So you can start really hyping it up. The first day of school, drop your kids off and come drink champagne because they're gone.
Yeah.
I like first day of school much better than the last day of school. I'll tell you what.
Yep. By the time that school is about to start, every mom needs a mimosa. So
yeah. Now, if you want to travel, you can have like a destination thing. Like if you go even to the Dollar Tree, you can get those little layers and, and just kind of make it like a summer celebration. And you don't need to spend a lot of money. Like you can get those little layers, from the Dollar Tree, and then you can put on some Hawaiian music or some Caribbean music, wherever you want to go, the Bahamas, Hawaii, but make it fun, and I think Jen Audette said the same thing, as far as food, some people are like, well, I don't want to cook and slave and lose all my commission, and that you don't have to. Have some pretzels out there and some M&Ms, and you have something salty and sweet.
Yep. And start thinking too, because I know we've said a lot about planning in advance, but we want you guys to start also thinking that, it's the beginning of June. It is going to be the fall catalog before we know it. So start thinking too, if you're going to do an open house or a sip and sniff, put it in the calendar, because the earlier you can get it in the calendar and the more you can hype that up, for August or September or whatever, the better it's going to go. So start planning, those out too. At least put it in the calendar so you've got that down.
And how many moms do you see, like you read these sob stories on Facebook? Oh, it's my birthday, but I didn't do anything. Find out whose birthday. You can find out on Facebook, because Facebook kind of tells you everything, or Instagram. You can find out when their birthdays are, and then you can offer, birthday parties. Like, hey, everyone come here. We're going to celebrate so-and-so's birthday, Scentsy style. There's just so many ways that you can do this. So everyone that had a 1, as we begin to conclude this program, that's not going to be until the end of July. I hope that those number 1s change to a number 2, that you did your first home party, even if you were the very first host. And you'll see, like, it's a different experience. I'm not going to say, I mean, all of the parties are parties, right? There's not a wrong party, but I can tell you that a home party is it's just a different experience. It's a different.
It is. It is. And we are, so next month, so we are going to sort of shift a little and dive into our favorite, which is sponsoring. And I know you guys have mentioned struggling with that. So we're really excited. So make sure that you do not miss any of June.
Yes.
Do we have an actionable task, Teresa?
So for tonight, yes, we actually do. So we kind of started the task this evening, and it's going to continue. So we are so excited that Jason came on because he explained what a booking blitz is. And I know many of you that made it to World Tour, we did a booking blitz right there on the spot. I mean, I remember looking around the room in Sacramento and Houston, and everyone was just like texting away. And of course it was like, what, 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So, a different time, but everyone was jumping up, sense of spirit, that they were booking these parties. So we want you to continue doing that. If you're on the East Coast, hold on, somebody's not muted. Someone's yelling.
Oh, it's Ashley Steele yelling at the kids.
Oh, okay. Okay. So we want you to continue. The Blitz began tonight, but it's going to continue tomorrow. I have already posted a calendar for June. It is blank. And on that thread, your task is to fill up that calendar, whatever that looks like for you, whether it's fundraisers, whether it's bag parties, whether it's a home party. You might have minimal dates where you're like, look, I'm doing sports, we're going on vacation, whatever that looks like. You can say, hey, I'm doing 1 party a week, or I'm doing 2 party a week, or whatever that looks like. But your task, your call to action is to fill that calendar. And then I would say by the end of tomorrow, because we're talking about front loading, we want you to share where you're at. Okay, the whole month might not be filled, but start somewhere. And let's get our engines revved up for June, so that way we can move on. Like we're conquering parties, and now we want to move on to sponsoring next month. And so for those that are watching the replay, I know that there's many watching the replay because it was end of the month and we kind of had a shift, but between should we go continue tonight or should we not? And so with it being end of the month, there's some people that are still working towards their promotions, getting paid at title, closing orders, but we will have a code word, Rachel. And so for anyone that missed it, they'll just reach out to us and say, hey, I watched the Zoom. They'll reach out to their respective SSD and they'll provide us with a code word for the evening.
Do we know what it is?
Am
I making it up?
Yeah. Last week was Amazon Rain.
You guys ready? Let's see. It's going to be a good one. Well, nobody could ever guess.
And the week before it was muskrat. And I'm like, whoa.
Is that Amazon Rain?
I'm warming perfect gentleman.
Oh, well, it's got to be something weird because I got to pick it. So I'm going to look around.
Odds are so crazy. Like it turns on and I'm already like, oh my gosh, I got to turn it off.
It's instant fragrance. It's the best.
Word. Yeah, love it.
The best. The code word is Jamaican Santa because I'm looking at a Jamaican Santa.
That's weird. Jamaican Santa.
Rochambeau.
Jamaican Santa. Is that what that here? See why I said that? Because this was my souvenir from the cruise.
Oh,
Jamaican Santa.
Okay. I was just like, where'd that come from? Did you get that from the cruise?
Yeah, I bought it in Jamaica.
Wow.
A Jamaican Santa. He's got dreads and all.
Did you go to the straw market?
I went somewhere. I don't know where I got it. I got it somewhere in Jamaica.
That's
so Jamaican Santa is our code word, and our actionable task is to get that calendar filled up. We want you guys to put some parties on the stinking calendar, okay? Because right now, I know it seems kind of backwards, but the work that you're doing in the spring and summer are the most important months in your business in the year. The fall, the winter, we know it comes easy. I say easy with quotations because it's not always easy, but the fall and winter, it's like feeding candy to kids. Everybody wants pumpkin. Everybody wants warmers. Everybody wants gifts. It's easy. The spring and the summer, though, is when you're putting in the legwork, when you're really getting to work to where it pays off in the fall. So if you're looking for a director promotion this year, or maybe just, to grow your business, maybe not even for a director promotion, what you're doing now matters. So we want to fill that June calendar as much as we possibly can so that you're building that funnel and expanding your customer base for that busy fall season. That is the way that you're going to earn incentives, is by doing the work now.
Yeah. Yeah. And I love this because, there's some people that are like, nobody wants to order, or I'm really struggling with PRV. And I get it. Like, I validate what they're saying. They are struggling with PRV because they don't have new PRV. They want the same customers from the same well to provide them with this, PRV month after month after month. And that just doesn't work that way. We always have to look for opportunities for new PRV every single month. And so that's how you get it, through these parties, because the host is bringing all these new people that you would have never been introduced to, which equates to new PRV. And then when you're closing that party, you have a kit. And then next month, you're going to have a host exclusive. And so then you can offer, the join opportunity. And sometimes it's like, you come in and it's like, I earned a sensational start and I had people joining my team. Now no one wants to join. It's not that no one wants to join. They already have joined. Or you haven't partied, to find new people to ask to join. I have people on my team right now who I did not know. They were guests in the party. And because the host didn't join, they joined, because I still offered the kit to them. So it all ties together. PRV, sponsoring, it all, ties together. And then again, next month we have the sponsoring, the sponsoring incentive as well, where they get to attend the virtual Charlotte SFR, for reunion. So Scentsy giving us everything we need tools wise. We just have to be intentional, because the fact of the matter is people are going on vacation. People are going to be traveling. People are going to family reunions. And so if you can schedule those on the weeks, that are going to be working and not on vacation, it's going to be your best bet. Whatever you do right now, I want you to hear me loud and clear. Whatever you do right now, it's going to help you tremendously in the month of June. But what it's truly doing, everyone that you're bringing in the door this month, next month, and even July, it's going to set you up for the fall, winter season to earn the incentive, to hit whatever goals, that you have for yourself and also for your team. The last thing I'm going to say, I think it was Jen Audette. We keep saying her name. She said that during rough times, even rough economic times, there are three things that the world still purchases. One is alcohol, maybe because they're stressed out. I don't know. 2, chocolate. Who doesn't love chocolate and Snickers bars? I do. 3, fragrance. It's just statistics. I'm not making this up. Google it. I don't know if it's in the Washington Post, who did the statistic or the study, but it is true. And it's accurate. So I am so thankful that we're in this, business. I guess we could have been in the alcohol business, but we chose Scentsy. So people are still buying Scentsy.
Yep. They still are. Promise. Like, if people were still buying fragrance, you wouldn't see Target and Walmart with shelves full of candles. People are going to buy it. You've got to put yourself out there to be the one that they're buying it from. Right. And I know we really, really pushed this month about parties, but that is how important we feel that they are. And we hope you guys have got that out of it. But we got a lot more to go. We got a lot more to talk to you guys about, to learn, and we're excited. 2 whole months left. So.
Yeah. And we're at the top of the hour. And I want to say before closing is so many good nuggets here that we've talked about all month long: fundraisers, bag parties, home parties, online parties, booking blitz, front loading. Don't let this information stay on the Zoom call. Okay. Make sure that if you're a leader, it doesn't matter what your title is. If you have one team member, you are a leader. Make sure that this information gets filtered, to your team members as well, because as a leader, the end game is to teach your team to do what you do. That's leadership.
Yep. Teaching your team everything that we're teaching you guys, because we know that we have this very exclusive with you guys only people registered for SFR. It is your job to take it down to the people that maybe don't feel like their business is there yet to go to SFR and share it with them. So don't let it end here.
Yeah. Yeah. So everyone have a good night. Jason, thank you so much for answering the
Thank
text.
you.
Thank you for jumping on here tonight after
My
the
pleasure.
graduation. And thank
Yes.
you all for pouring into your businesses as well. Thank you.
Bye,
Bye,
guys.
Have a great night.
All right, you too. Good night, everyone.